Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Bull City Hangout 610. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham, North Carolina's online community paper. With Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and then I invite you to join me on camera to hang out and or share information. And as always, I start with the school tools page because after all, it is lunchtime. And if you are in need and you need help, young people ages 18 and under can get free bagged breakfast and lunch from these schools that I will be listing. It's called the Durham Feast program. Durham Public Schools and local restaurants got together to help out the young folks. So you just go to the nearest school. You don't have to go to the particular school that that your child attends. So, alrighty. So you have until 12:30. That's why I start with school tools. So you have only until 12:30 to get to Bethesda, Eno Valley, Githens, Irene Harris, Hillside High School, Parkwood, or Sandy Ridge. The addresses are right there on the school tools page. And then you have until 1:30 to get to Burton, Lakeview, Shepherd, Southern High School, or Southwest. And like I said, the addresses can be found right there on the school tools page. Go to durhamskywriter.com, scroll down, or click on school tools. Okay, there is a wonderful partnership of Chicken Hut and Healthy Start Academy. You just drop by Chicken Hut, get lunch if you like. But in any case, the folks from Healthy Start Academy are right there inside the restaurant giving away boxed lunches for low-income kids, or I should say kids in need. Yeah, I don't think you have to sign any papers. You just show up, pick up your lunch, and there you go. And of course, Chicken Hut would appreciate it if you made a purchase, but you don't have to. So if you're in need, just stop by. They have, let's see, I was told to say, while supplies last. So on paper, it's until 2 o'clock, but they might run out at 1:30. So just saying. All righty. Let's see what else is going on the school tools page. Let me cross these out because sometimes in my haste, I leave things out. It's graduation day. That's right. Oh my God. Okay, Durham Public Schools graduation day started today. It's a 3-day thing now because of the coronavirus pandemic. And just to let you know, it's really cool what they came up with. So you drive up to the school, okay? The graduate should be sitting in the passenger seat in the front. They hand the student the diploma cover. There's a professional photographer taking a picture, an official photograph, and it's being live streamed for the folks at home. I think it's wonderful. So anyway, already Durham Performance Learning Center, so they graduated at 9. And then Lakeview, they graduate, that was yesterday, right, okay. So yesterday was Durham Performance Learning Center and Lakeview School for Creative Studies. And then today at 9, there was graduation held for Jordan High School. And then at 1 o'clock, in just a few minutes, Hillside High School will have their graduation. And then at 4 o'clock, Southern School of Energy and Sustainability. That will be at 4 o'clock. And then tomorrow, Riverside at 9, Northern at noon, and Durham School of the Arts at 3. Congratulations, graduates. I think it's fantastic. Let me cross that one out. And let me tell you about a paid fellowship program. You'll have to act quickly on this one. I just got this info today. Let's see, where is it? Actually, that might be on a different page. What did you say? Aha, there it is. There it is. So there's a nonprofit called You Can Vote, and they're inviting college students to apply for the North Carolina Civics Fellowship Program. And the fellows will be working with other students on research projects, all related to voting. They'll be doing outreach. They'll be creating documents and whatnot. The pay is $150 a week. The time commitment is 10 to 15 hours per week for 8 weeks, starting Monday, the 15th. Here's the catch. The deadline is today. And the application process, it's thoughtful. You have to fill in an application. I think it takes maybe a half hour to fill out. You have to ask, or rather answer pertinent questions. So if you know a college student who wants to work and is interested in politics and voting and whatnot, tell them today, definitely today is the day. you know what? I just realized today is Wednesday. I think I gave you the wrong dates for the graduation. Anyway, let me just finish with this paid fellowship. It's called the North Carolina Civics Fellowship. The information can be found right there on the School Tools page. And be sure, don't let this opportunity pass you by. So let me get this straight. I thought when I was looking at this that yesterday was Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, isn't it? Yes. So today, Durham Performance Learning Center, Lakeview at 11, School for Creative Studies. That's going to be today at 1. And then tomorrow it's Jordan and Hillside. Yeah. So I think I got that right. All right. There you go. You know, time has no meaning anymore. I'm just being honest. It has no meaning for a lot of us. Things are just crazy. So let me cross that out. The Universal Pre-K program is next. So Durham's Universal Pre-K program is accepting applications for the 2021 school year. You can apply English or Spanish. All the information that you need can be found on the School Tools page. And if you don't want to do it that way, you can actually apply over the phone. You can call a certain number. It's listed on the School Tools page. And then you call, they'll call you back. And then, you know, you can set up a time for the conversation. Patricia Reed, yes. Thank you for being here. I think Donna she might be joining us later, my friend Donna. So yes, and she said true. I think you're saying true to time. Just it's almost meaningless. Almost meaningless. It's not meaningless if you want to apply for these programs though, because yeah, that's really important. So one more thing on the School Tools page. I have 2 more things. I don't want to waste your time here. Let me continue. Moorhead at Home. Something going on tomorrow. Yes. So Moorhead Planetarium has programs for people who want to learn about science at home. And then tomorrow morning at 10, there's going to be something called, Is There Intelligent Life Beyond Earth? So it's going to be from 10 to 10:30. You can learn about the Drake equation. I have no idea what that is, but somehow it's used to figure out the number of intelligent civilizations that we might eventually communicate with in the galaxy. That is so exciting. So be sure to check that out. Moorhead at Home. That's tomorrow, not today. Tomorrow morning at 10. Information on the School Tools page. All righty, and then the last item on the School Tools page, Village of Wisdom. You scroll down there. They have something called Wisdom Wednesdays, where Black families can get together. It's like a discussion group. So today's meeting is going to be from 3 until 4. It's all about education. It's all about getting the kids excited about learning and learning the value of education, et cetera, et cetera. And also just the little quirks that that can be found in our communities in terms of learning and just being motivated to learn. So there you go. You can learn about that on the School Tools page. Cross that one out. Now let's go over to the Word page. I do invite you to check out the whole publication. I really, it's a monthly publication, but I update it every single day. So let's go to, oh yeah, this is really important. City of Durham. Where is it? Yes. As you know, a lot of us are having problems with financials. So the City of Durham has a water hardship fund. That's for those of you who are having trouble paying your water bill. You can catch up with your past due water bill. You can apply online for up to $240 in assistance. That's a yearly thing. You can't get more than $240 in 1 year. But if you have a documented hardship, like you lost your job or whatever, past due bills, or if you're in danger of having your water cut off, be sure to apply for this and don't hesitate. Because sometimes these city programs, they have all this money and then not enough people apply for it. So be sure, if you need help, get it. So I don't think there's any deadline, but be sure to be able to provide your identification, your proof of income, and a copy of your water bill. That can be found on the Word page of the Durham Skywriter. Very, very important. And let's go now to Durham Tech Small Business Program, which is a fantastic program. They have all these free seminars, which are really, really useful. So let's see what's coming up. I think there's 3 things happening. Let's see. Yes. So there's something called a webinar called Reassuring Your Vision Board. What's your pivot? That's going to be today from 1 until 2. It's a webinar. You can click on the link. You go to the word page and click on that link and find out about that. Vision boards are something that people use to sort of plan in their head, get it down on paper on how they hope their business will run and what they plan to do with their business. So you can get that together today until 2. And if that's too soon for you, they'll be doing it again from 6 until 7. All right. And then they're going to have something later, 6:30 until 8, a webinar called Preparing Your Financials for Funding, Projections in the Era of COVID-19. That's super important. And that's from 6:30 until 8. All of this is free. So go to the word page, get information, click on those links, sign up, and attend. All right. Now, I took care of that. Let's see. Still on the word page, going down to Ellerby Creek. Okay, the Ellerby Creek Watershed Association. Now, you know, every year people look forward to the Beaver Queen pageant. It's silly, it's ridiculous, it's fun. This is where people dress up in crazy costumes and have talent, displays of talent, and you vote for them. You also bribe the judges. It's super fun, and it's actually raising funds for Ellerby Creek Watershed Association. So because it can't happen in person, they're doing it online. So every contestant has provided a video on YouTube. So all the information that you need, including how to bribe the judges, et cetera, et cetera. Each vote is $5. So, and that's how they're and I'm really sorry it's not in person. It's such a fun event, but it's fun online too, because I watched some of the videos and they're hilarious, very creative. So go to the word page. This is the 16th annual Beaver Queen pageant. Go to the word page and be sure to vote early and often, as we say in Chicago. All right, last but not least, New Visions of Africa, which is a restaurant right next to W.D. Hill. We give away food every weekday from 3 until 6. If you're hungry, you're in need, go there, no strings attached, but you must wear a face mask, even if that just means pulling your shirt over your mouth, because you're gonna be kind of tight in there in line, waiting in line for your meal. So be sure to check that out from 3 until 6, New Visions of Africa. Shout out to Kasib Abdullah for that. All righty, and now let's go to the health page. I think Duke's up to something. Let's see what Duke is up to. Okay, so there's going to be Duke University is going to be holding a live media briefing. It's called the COVID-19 Media Briefing, Effects of COVID-19 on the Latinx Community. And it's going to be today at 1:30. Rosa Gonzalez Guarda, Viviana Martinez Bianchi, and Gabriela Maradiaga Panayoti. They're going to be leading the conversation and leading the briefing. Lots of incredible information that they will be imparting. So if you're interested in health, you want to know what's going on in the Latinx community with COVID-19, be sure to attend. It's going to be 1:30. The link is going to be on YouTube, so the link can be found on the health page called To Your Health. All right, I told you yesterday about the Community Health Coalition's incredible Cover Durham project, where they'll be giving away 40,000, yes, 40,000 face masks. I couldn't get in contact with Carmelita or Dr. Hart Brothers, but I will. And I will find out for you how you can get one or some of these masks. So give me another day, and I will have that information for you tomorrow. All righty, and now let's go to the legalese page. I can't believe how much information. You know, I can tell things are kind of getting back to normal. People are figuring out this online thing. And Karen, very happy to have you here. She's from Biz Chicks, and she is Coach Karen. She's all about the money. So follow her and watch Biz Chicks every day, 11 o'clock our time. Wait, is it 11? Yes, 11 o'clock our time, Eastern, on Facebook. Okay, I think there's going to be a special city council meeting at 3 today. Right. So the link can be found on the legalese page. City Council are having a special meeting, 3 o'clock this afternoon. So check that out. Now let's go to the Let's Go page. And be sure to join me online if you like. I only have, I think, one more thing to list here, or two. So that you can join me on camera and shoot the breeze, share information, whatever you want to do. Today is the 10th. I just heard a ding on my phone. Let me see if there's somebody trying to contact me. Okay, Shamika McNeil. Oh, slice 3. Okay. Eastern time. Okay. Let me not get too distracted. It is the 10th, is it not? Okay, I told you about City Council. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So the North Carolina Clean Water Education Partnership, they're holding Storytime, Song of the Water Boatman. It's going to be today from 2 until 2:15. So don't be late for that one. It's only 15 minutes. So educator Hannah, she's going to read a picture book. This is for young folks, obviously, of poems about pond life and animals. And then she'll read other poems about ponds. And the link can be found on the Let's Go calendar of events page for that one. It starts at 2 o'clock. I told you about Wisdom Wednesdays, the Black Genius Discussion Group by Village of Wisdom. Fit with Mommy Lou. She presents Wednesday Friends Day Dance for Relief. It's going to be today, 6 until 6:35, where you can throw off your stress, move around, jump around, just have fun. It's going to be, again, from 6 to 6:35. The link can be found right there on the Let's Go page. It's free, but donations of $3 or more will be graciously accepted and donated to a different charity every week. So if you want to help her out, that would be awesome. And then one more thing. This is happening actually tomorrow. No, I'll mention it tomorrow. It's tomorrow afternoon. All righty. So if anybody wants to join me on camera, actually, Patricia, if you'd like to join, that would be awesome. Or Karen, because the You Can Vote information was sent to me by Patricia. If she wants to talk about that, that would be super awesome. Or Karen, if you want to give us some money tips, that would be super awesome. The link can be found right there on the page. Oh, let me give you the weather report. It says here that it's 84 and cloudy, which means the sun's out. And it is. It's out pretty aggressively. It's 84. It's going up to 89. Partly cloudy. And then supposedly we'll be getting some storms tonight. And Shamika says she just sent me a message. Okay, let me check that real quick. And then tomorrow is going to be 80 and thunderstorms. So that might be pretty wild tomorrow. So Shamika, let me check your message as I invite Coach Karen to join us real quick.
I am loving your little video. I'm just enjoying it. I'm like, this is so cute.
How are you today?
I'm good. Where you make your video? Where you make that little video? Where?
Actually, have you heard of Ripple, RIPL? It is a, it's a, what do you call it? A video making app. RIPL. I'm using the free version, which means if you let the video run for its entirety, like 15 or 30 seconds or whatever, then you'll get their logo. You paid to get your logo put on, but I figure I'll use the free version and then never let it end.
That was smart.
So RIPL, those of you want to make little transition videos, or actually I use that same app for the beginning of my TV Skywriter show as well.
I like because I want to get back to my lives, and I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah. Let me check real quick, because Shamika says she sent me a message, and I don't want to see what's going on. Only a few slots left. Okay, wait a minute. Let's see what she means here. Okay, so I hate to interrupt, but I like to. I mean, if people are sending me last minute information, I mean, all about the information.
Like, go ahead. We just chit chatted for a minute.
Oh, okay. So Shamika is saying that there's a meeting to. Oh shoot, the thing just closed. To educate you on the diversity of food while we're in the COVID-19 pandemic. we put together this meeting because we believe, dang it, let me click on it. Okay, wait. Whoa. Yeah, let me read this.
Yeah,
so this is not in the Skywriter. I'm just getting this hot off the press. Okay, so let's see. It's COVID-19 Emergency Food Education and Sustainability. It's a Zoom meeting for Slice 325. That's her wonderful nonprofit that she runs. It's today. This meeting is to educate you on the diversity of food while we are in COVID-19 pandemic. We put together this meeting because we believe that this is an urgent matter with so many people losing their jobs, laid off, etc. We put together a packet practicing social distancing and adding with community food needs. The students that attend this workshop will receive a $30 gift card to Sprouts. Whoa, so they're getting education and assistance. It says click here, but of course this is over the phone, so I don't know where to go. Okay, Slice 325, I'm pretty sure they're on Facebook. So go to Slice 325 on Facebook and see if you can find a link for that one. So this is obviously today at 6 o'clock. Only a few slots left. $30 gift card to a grocery store. Heck yeah.
Yeah, go get out if you're in the area there, like for sure.
Yeah. So thank you, Shamika. I really appreciate this. So even though it says click here and I'm on the phone and there's no link, I'm just going to tell you to check out Slice 325 on Facebook for information on that one. And I will be able to follow up. If you have any questions, just contact me here on Facebook or Twitter, Durham Skywriter. So, okay. Karen, what's going on?
I know, I was seeing it while I'm like, oh, Pat is on. Let me pop in and see what she's up to.
Up to no good as always, as we say.
just chatting.
Yeah. So what did you talk to about today on BizChicks? Because like I said, folks, she's on BizChicks, which is a wonderful, it's like an organization, basically helping people run their businesses and to learn how to start a business. And then Coach Karen is on Wednesdays talking about money. So what did you talk about?
Money and mindset. Today I talk about your year can start anytime. Because, people always want to start in January or start staying wherever. So today I talked about starting at any time, because whenever you start, that's where your year is for your business. You don't have to wait till January. If you want to open in January, then probably want to start now, getting everything together so that you can start in January. And if you want to start before, you just set a date and you work backwards. So I was talking a lot about setting a date and working backward. Or if we've been locked down and in COVID, right? And you sit around and you decide that, I'm not sure that the business I'm in, I really want to be in. It doesn't line up with me. And I want to start over. Give yourself permission to start over. Give yourself permission to start over, start a new business, get totally out of what you used to do and do what it is you want to do. I owned a daycare with a friend of mine for 2 or 3 years, and then on my own for another 4 years or 5 years. Anyway, a good chunk of time I owned a daycare service. I was never, I had been on my waiting list. Last year, I finally had to find a way to let people know, because people still contacting me. When you take people, and this daycare has been closed for over 10 years.
Wow.
I get some kind of ads running years ago in the Yellow Pages and then other places, and people had kept my information. And so they had people contact me. I had myself in this book where I order a lot of equipment. And they also reach out to people and say, hey, this is a good daycare, blah, blah, blah. So people still had me saved. And now that they decide to start a family, they want to know if they can use our services. I closed that baby. Because it was taking so much out of me, and I knew I had to let it go. So if you need to let go of your business, let it go. And Pat, you said something so true. Organization is what I do, no matter how you look at it. I help people organize their businesses so that it could be profitable. All right, guys? So that it could be profitable. That's why I name my group Profits in Daily. I'm going to plug myself right here. I've got a group.
Please do.
Profits in Daily for entrepreneurs, right? And in there, I'm teaching a lot about feeling, finding, looking after yourself. and just understanding those little quirks that happen in your business, that it's affecting you, which eventually affects your business. So you want to pay attention to them.
I'll bet there's a lot of people who want to start businesses, but it's so hard during coronavirus. I mean, you can't. I mean, some cities like mine are still under relative lockdown, relatively speaking. I mean, I did go to a restaurant, a fast food restaurant, and I noticed people were seated inside, but every other table was blocked off.
Right, because that's what they do.
So we're slowly coming back to life, so to speak. But I'll bet it's hard for people. It's hard for me because I can't go out and cover stories. All the events that I go to and write about are now virtual or canceled. Just got a press release today. 4th of July fireworks have been canceled.
Not surprised. Most people it's hard. It's hard. Here's why it's hard part. It's not because you can't do it. It's because your mind has not adjusted to what has to happen now. That's what's happening with people, because we are waiting to get outside.
But you notice that what I did say, I don't know how long you were watching the show today, but I did notice that this is the most announcements I've had since the coronavirus. And I think people are starting to realize we can't just sit and wait anymore. We have to go online now and do what we were doing online. In fact, I didn't mention it yet, but White Rock, for example, White Rock Baptist Church, they have summer camp. And they just announced, I think yesterday, that the summer camp is going to be online and it's going to be free. Because that's the best they can do. People are now realizing if we keep waiting, it's just going to pass us by. So we have to come up with something.
You have to. I heard you say, I was listening in when you say things are fine, because things are opening slowly. At least here, every week something new is opening. And there's still, you have to follow, you still have to do, but things are getting done. And this is a time, if you can't physically do, you can prepare for what you could do. When it first happened, I was slammed. It happened really, we get closed on my birthday, the 13th of March. So I was like, I have things planned, I couldn't do it. Okay. And then it took me that whole 2 weeks of March to really readjust some things. My program was to open in April. And what was on people's mind, I talked myself out of opening my program. That was a lie. Like, I could have opened the program, but I didn't, because I was really looking after my health and my mental capacity to handle all the stuff. And I know, and I'll blame him, but it's just facts. If I'd lived on my own, I would have opened, but you got family members. So you are not only looking after yourself, you're looking after everybody else. In my case, so it was hard to push through on that. So I push it. And then I had to sit with myself and say, Karen, you can either launch it this year or you could leave it for next year. And I knew that it couldn't be launched next year. It has to be launched this year because I'm going to relaunch it again. So for me, I had to sit back with it, but take the time first. That's what I really want to say. I took the time first to look at it, making sure that it's where it's want to be. So now I'm comfortable able to say, I'm going to open in July. This is what I have to offer. This is what's going on. And then go after it like nobody's business. That's what you got to do business. Like, there's going to be people who's going to buy, and there's going to be people who's going to wait for everything to be finished to buy. Just like without money, and there's people with money. There's people who is seeing this as an opportunity, and some people is going to duck and hide.
I don't know what I'm going to do with my business, because I'm still running the ads in the Durham Sky. I'm not charging for them because we're not out and about.
Right.
And so I don't have any ad revenue coming in whatsoever, zero.
When are you going to start charging?
I guess when the city opens back up. But I hope it happens soon, because stumbling around with no ad revenue is frustrating.
It must be. Okay, so when people run ads with you, it's a physical paper.
No, actually, it's a web. I call it a paper, but it's really a website. The Durham Sky Writer is an actual website. Okay, but I still call it a newspaper. But
Okay, so hold on right now. So you're running this ad paper online, and people run ads through the paper.
Yes.
Is this for physical stores?
Yes.
All? The ad is for physical stores?
Yes.
Okay. So your job is to find people to advertise for virtual stuff.
To advertise what?
So
the virtual. That makes sense.
Because you have to shift. It's not like you're knocking out what you used to know, because when you come back around, they'll be there. But you have to find people to run ads for the online world now.
That's true.
And then your job is to market this information for them so that they can see results, so they'll want to keep advertising with you. People are still advertising through Facebook. People are still advertising in Google. So your job is to find a way to make people want to purchase with you, and then show them the results you can get for them. So that they will continuously do it.
I will do that because,
Because when I used to advertise in the yellow, let me tell you, I advertised in the Yellow Pages. When was the Yellow Pages time? People didn't know about that, but you there. And that's where I advertised for my daycare. And even though I was, as I said, I was never empty. Okay. And then I advertised in 411. It wasn't really good, but I advertised because I was committed to them for a year. And I was advertising a Jewish newspaper. Again, commitment. I was committed to them. And although I didn't get business from them, I didn't know the questions to ask. So you want to be proactive, and you want to tell people who want to, let's say I was going to run an ad with you. You want to sit down and tell me what you're going to do for me so that my ad is seen by lots of people. Like, what are you going to do? So you need to sit with yourself and figure that out. And then you can bring it to the table and say, Coach Karen, I'm doing bam, 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 bam. And here's what I'm looking to do. Now, people who've been running out understand it take a little time to develop and run because you haven't been doing online. So you're going to have to do tweak. But you can't stop doing it. You can't because you can't do the physical. You can't. So here's the cool part though, Pat. Once you figure this out, you're going to have two streams now. The physical stores and the online world. And you really want to get into there because
I do.
You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You're just bringing it online.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah.
And if anybody has any questions, you can jump in on this platform, which we're on right now, which is called StreamYard, beaming over to Facebook and also YouTube, can accommodate 6 people. So if you want to jump on, ask Coach Karen, why not? I mean, if you have a business, let's take advantage of the fact that she jumped on here.
Yep, this would be the time to come in.
So if you have a question, you can type it out or just join us.
Yes.
The link, you might have to scroll way up for the link. Let me post the link again.
I think you put the link. You did put the link.
Yeah, there it is again. Boom. Wait,
you put it in again? Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
There it is. Yeah.
So join us if you have questions. I mean, Coach Karen has the answer.
And what I don't know, I'll find out. I don't know everything, but I know a lot of things.
Now, you were talking about different times of starting a business, not waiting till January. Isn't it true that nonprofits, their year starts in July, doesn't it? For nonprofits?
Well, not everybody. Lots of them do. I had a friend that owned a nonprofit. Her year started in September.
Oh, that's
her year started in September. Oh. We went to business school together, and her year started in September. She had a travel. I thought it was one of the different. It was a different kind of nonprofit. It was a travel nonprofit, and what she really did, it was so excellent. She was a world traveler. And she took people to different parts of the Caribbean and South America, and she hooked them up with people who were doing their own, a lot of farmers, a lot of people who self-sustaining to see how they live and what they do. And it had grown so big that she used to bring people up to North America and take people from North America, in an exchange and take them down there for like a month or whatever. And they just, it was just an excellent program she had. It was really excellent. It was doing good too. At one point. So nice. That's where her year started, right? Wherever your year starts, that's where you start, which means That's when your business starts. Because if you wait for January, you know what the thing is? It's like waiting to lose weight in January, waiting to join the gym in January. Like, you start where you are.
It might not be a bad idea, though. I mean, if you can afford to wait this out, it might be a good idea to wait until January, because maybe if you give yourself the goal saying, I'm going to wait till January and I'm going to have everything together by then and wait out this COVID-19 thing. I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how ready you are.
Exactly. And I'm not saying you shouldn't wait until January. What I'm saying, if you're waiting until January, what are you going to do in the meantime? You see, if you're waiting until January and let's talk about if you're waiting and you're broke, you're going to go do the things that you didn't set out to do. When you're broke, you do a lot of things that you wouldn't normally do. Money, alleviate that.
Yeah.
In the sense of your thinking capacity when you're just running after to make money is far different than if you have your budget and your money's line up to what you're going to do. Now, it's not like you shouldn't take any job or do whatever you got to do. But if you know, like for instance, if you need to make money yesterday and you were able to get a job and you say that I'm going to be in this job for a year, then you need to plan the whole year so that when the time come around, when the year is up, you could leave the job. Most people get sucked in because they're accustomed to that 2 paychecks a month or every 2 weeks, bi-weekly. So they'll be there for another year, 2 years, 3 years. And next thing you know, they're 5, 6 years in the job and they're complaining and whining. That's what happens to people with businesses when you wait for a specific time versus taking your own time. Now, I am not saying you shouldn't open in January. I'm just saying that you decide for yourself when your year starts. Don't let the calendar year of everybody dictate when you start. Because I just want you to set a date, work towards it so that the year after that, you get to say, I open my business on the 15th of January, the 12th of September, the 13th of December, whatever that number in that month is, so that you get to celebrate your yearly anniversary because A, it boosts your confidence. B, you watch your money grow or not grow so that you know where to tweak it. Got that. And you get to celebrate. Like, these are the 3 important things. And your confidence is all built up and you're feeling good. And when you feel good, you perform better in your business. You do more for your business and the people that you're serving.
Exactly. And Shamika's asking about a program. I don't know which program. So let me know what you mean, Shamika, or you can join us and ask your question. She's asking if you're still doing a program.
I am. I got a program coming out in July called the 4-Hour Workday.
4-hour
workday.
Okay. Tell us about it. How can you only have a 4-hour workday?
I got it all the time. I want people to understand themselves so they can understand how they work, so they can systemize. Here goes the organization you're talking about that I do, so that they can organize their mind and how they're going to present themselves and how they're going to sell, market, and produce whatever they're doing in this time. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to start at a big number and we're going to work you into the 4 hours. Why do I want you to work 4 hours? No, I know some people are probably going to do 6 hours. I get it. But why do I want to show you this? Because I want you to give yourself permission time to learn new stuff. Give yourself time to rest. This is so important for the mind and the body when you're busy. Rest is part of what you need to do. And so I want you to be able to do this other thing, but I really want you to get these 2 things done.
I'm glad you said that, because people like Gary Vee say you should work 100,000 hours per week and, do the grind and work and all that. And my thing is, now he's more successful than I am in terms of he's probably a millionaire, but they being scientists say, if you don't get good sleep, that shortens your life.
Exactly.
So you might make a lot of money and then die at 54,
It's not like you mustn't grind, because when you're starting out, listen, I'm not going to wrap this up and pretend anything. If you're starting a business right now and you know nothing about business, there's a lot of learning curve for you.
Okay.
So for that new business owner, I'm going to have to take them through a lot of things, but they're going to shorten their time because I know what I'm doing. and I'm about bringing in profit into your business. So I'm going to make you search a lot of things. I'm going to make you dig deep because I want you to win. I don't want you to just come take my program and just hope you get it right. No, I want you to win. That's how
hope
I
you get it right.
That's how I do. So I want you to win. So yes, but the point is, if you get used to working 12 hours a day or 14 hours a day, then even when you're doing well, you don't know how to change that. You still work 14 hours a day. And so everybody says, but I want to learn Facebook, I want to learn a new program, I don't have time for it. That's because you're doing a lot of filler work. You're not really working. You're not really working. When I set people down and I teach them Canva, and I'm like, yes, you're probably going to take a whole day learning this stuff that I'm going to teach you, but then I'm going to show you how to take the same information and how to batch it out so you're not doing this every day.
Okay. We're
going to write content, and I'm going to show you how to blog, how to take that blog and turn it into several pieces of content, and then you're not going to be doing it every day. I'm going to show you how to design something, how to make things work, pleasing to the eye, so you're not doing it every time. You got specific time. That's what it's called systemize. I systemize it. You work how you systemize it. But first I have to teach people to find out who they are, because not everybody's going to work like I do. Not everybody's going to be able to work like you do. So everybody's got their style. And I really want people to learn and understand. You need to tap into your style, and you need to do you, because when you do you, you're going to come out a winner every time. People always tell you you're unique, you know what to do, but still you follow the crowd, and then you don't do well because you're not them. You gotta do things how it worked for you. You got to know this. And the only way you could, it's because you understand who you are. If you are a morning person, that's how you work. You know your time. There's a certain time in the day where for an hour or two, I am juiced. It's specific. And I get it, I pack it in. That's my time. When I release, I let it go. The timer go off, it's over.
That's good. That's really good.
Because I'm doing other things, you know?
I think Shamika wants to know if your friend still is doing that travel nonprofit. She's still doing that?
Oh, Yvonne, no. She's not doing it anymore. Yeah.
Okay.
Like life happened. It was good, but life happened. She got a divorce. But it was a good nonprofit while she was running it, because again, she was in it. She was in line with what she's doing.
That was her passion, probably, was traveling.
That was a passion project, because she had a job. That was a passion project in terms of she was plant-based. She was living the lifestyle along with that. So the people, of course, she attracted, the people that work along with her, a lot of missionaries, a lot of people who really want to give back, and this was their way. So instead of just taking a cruise, they'll do that sort of thing and invest in, you know what she was doing too, those little micro loan kind of thing. All that was included in there.
Yeah, micro loans. That's a pretty hip concept.
It's not a bad idea, but you have to be a micro loan lender. You really have to be passionate about the people business and what they do, because that's the way it works out. If you just want to shove money on people, it never does. Because you're antsy waiting to get the return back to profit.
I want to tell you about something that I saw, and I want your advice on how you would do this. When I was in Chicago, I had, a little newspaper in Chicago as well, a physical newspaper. And I met these young people. I mean, very young. I mean, in their 20s. They had a brilliant idea. In Chicago, Chicago is gigantic. Whenever you want to get architectural work done or blueprints, that sort of thing, the architect has to get into a long line in City Hall and get the drawings certified, or whatever the word is, before they could do work on the home or build some project. So these were Black youngsters too. And I was very proud of them, but they made a fatal mistake. But let me first tell you the story. So they came up with this idea. We will set up an office so that the architect connects with us. We go to City Hall for them. We get their drawings certified, because they're waiting in line like for hours.
I know. I did with my friends, so I know how the wait is ridiculous. It took us 2 days.
So these were young architects, so they knew all about the blueprints, all that stuff. So they said, we will take care of all that paperwork, and so that you can continue with your whatever architects do during the day, building, drawing, whatever, planning, that we'll take care of all that city hall stuff and then get your drawings back to you in a timely manner. Brilliant. But you know what? I don't want to describe the mistake. I will just describe what they did. And you can tell me whether it was a mistake or not. They they rented an extremely high cost office across from City Hall. So it was well placed, but very, very, very expensive. They had a large staff. They had secretaries. They had this. They had that. They had fancy phones. They had beautiful furniture. It was outfitted like, it was very impressive. They went out of business almost immediately. The idea was brilliant, but I think, you tell me what they did wrong. I feel they were trying to get that look before they should have, because after all, it was a pick up and drop off business. The architects never saw their office. Their office didn't have to be glamorous. They didn't need all kinds of secretaries and stuff. So you tell me what they should have done, because they went out of business right away.
We used to say you put the cart before the horse.
Okay.
Because it's the horse that drug the cart. So why is the cart in front and the horse behind? And that's what they did,
Okay.
If you had such a brilliant idea, you first wanted to see how many people will actually support the idea, meaning pay you to do what you decide you're going to do. And if it's 3 people, 1 person is the admin, 1 person is the runner doing whatever, and the other person is whatever the business needed, the accounting, customer service, kind of HR person. That's what you would want. So so you're not hiring anybody. You give everybody a role. Everybody should have gotten a role. And even if you wanted to rent the best office in town and you think it makes sense, then you want to look for subletters who's going to complement your business, so you can share the space and think, because I'm all about the money. I'm all about the money. So I am not going to spend $100,000 in a business that I haven't proven the concept yet that can make me $1 million, because I want my 100,000 to make me $1 million. It's just me. Yeah, I'll tell you the math later about that, but another time. But I'm thinking about how I want that to roll. So there's no way I'm paying a landlord a chunk of money, and I don't know. So they should have given themselves each a role. That's what they should have done. And then they work that role. And I'm going to say this without a building. Yes, I'm a believer, and you don't need the structure to be profitable. I've made $2,000 a week without no building. Yes. So
because personally, I would have gotten a co-working space, because nobody visits their office. You can do the same thing in a co-working space, I feel, or at least I don't think they had to. Being across the street from City Hall is convenient for them, but actually they could have worked that out of their home.
There's a part of laziness, though, because if you, and this is the part where people don't like when we say it's laziness. Laziness in terms, you're looking for a lot of comfort and convenience, which means when you're not making money yet, that doesn't happen. You got to be uncomfortable to make your money. People make money. Really? You got to be uncomfortable to make your money. People stay in jobs because they're comfortable paying all the bills, even if they don't have much left over. They'll say, I work paycheck to paycheck, but they're comfortably being able to cover. So they're able to be comfortable. They're able to survive. Right? It's harder. And that's the uncomfortable part. And people, to thrive, you're uncomfortable. Thrivers are uncomfortable people. Yes, we are.
Okay.
We're not comfortable in a certain area, but uncomfortable in other areas. And that uncomfortableness is good.
Wow, I never heard that before.
Very good. My own uncomfortableness is very good. It pushes you. If you're in the stock market, and if you are allowing people to just do your money, you get uncomfortable every now and then, but you're not really paying close attention, because this guy over here, this financial planner, he's looking after everything. So I can just call up Tom and say, Jared or Tom, or Max, but I'm gonna buy, okay, and I'm going about my day. But if I have to diligently understand how my money has to work. And at the end of the day, I have to be accountable to myself for that. I'm a little more uncomfortable, and I'm really focusing on working and doing it, you know.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay.
I was so comfortable with that business. I talk about me $2,000 a week, that when I ventured into something new, it was so uncomfortable, but it was so good for me because it pushed me. I was uncomfortable for 2 weeks and I made $10,000, but that's because I was so uncomfortable. I
like that kind of discomfort.
Yes, good discomfort.
Wow.
Pregnant discomfort, but it pushed me and it made me see that, hey, I could make good money, and I was stopping me from doing this because I got comfortable in this forest business. I know it from head to toe. I know how much money I make. I know how I could make it. I know if I want to double it. But then now I get stretched and I get moved because now I was traveling and doing import export, and I literally have to leave my country and go to a new country and go and value and decide the produce and make sure it's okay. So when I bring it back, I can sell. Then I have to make the decision when I bring it back, am I going to sell it to retail or wholesale? And I said to myself, wholesale. Okay. You know, I got pushback from people who says, well, you would make this amount of money if you sell it retail. And I said, what time? I always say currency is time and money. So I look at time. I can sell everything within 2 to 3 days and make $10,000. And I have to wait weeks to make 20, but I can go and come back and double it in a couple of days. See, when I say a couple of days, I mean like 3 days. I got rest days in there. Going back to my rest days. I got rest days. I'm not plowing away. I'm not punging away. You know, I always like to do things like that and then talk about the money part. I had my calculator yesterday, and I was doing this for a client of mine. So I was calculating. I said, how much money you want to make per hour? I want you to know this. How much money you want to make per hour? And she said, you know, maybe around $30. If I make $30 now, I'm going to be good. I'm like, well, but 60. She's like, oh, $6. I'm like, she's like, okay, all right, I could do 60. I said, all right, let's multiply it up 4 times. How much is that going to be? She's like, 240. So what about making 240 an hour? Well, she just flipped up. She's like, I can't make 240 nowadays. No way. Nobody's going to pay me 240 an hour.
But they did, though.
She just couldn't stand still. So we just went about doing the math. Like how much time? So if you make $60 an hour, 8 hours a day, it's $480. Okay. $480. And if you did it 3 times a week, it's going to give you $1,440 a week. And if you multiply it by a month, it's going to give you $5,760. Now, the $5,760 is not yours. You got to pay tax on that. You know, and buy some things.
Yeah, rent, materials,
all that kind of stuff. So you're not really making $5,000 a month. So you see, although you panic when I say you need to multiply it by 4, you're still not making 5,000. So you can see the light bulb.
and most important, don't live like you're making $5,000 a month, right? Because a lot of people, I think it's what these young people, where they made their mistake. They wanted to look important, live large, which is great. But I think that takes time. I don't know how many people start out at the top. You know, probably not. Most people, I think, most people I know struggle in the beginning and then eventually get the fancy car and the cool clothes and this and that. You don't start out that, but it could be that in their desire to be successful, it's possible that I think, how can I put this? I don't know their family background, but sometimes I get the impression that people who grew up without money strive for the money, but they don't see the struggle because their parents, maybe they didn't go through that struggle because they're low income. You know, I think middle class kids can make the same mistake because they want to be like their peers, their successful peers that went to Dartmouth and Yale, and they want to look important too. But I think that it's important, regardless of your family background, that you realize that for the most part, there's going to be struggle involved, and you don't start out with the Mercedes and the $10,000 a month office.
Yeah, you don't do that. And if you're starting to make money, before you spend a lot of money, first of all, I like to tell people to, because I do bookkeeping, I want to tell them to set up their business. I actually want people to set up their lives like if there's a business. I used to have this thing going. I was like, set up your life like a business, because you can get to see the profit. You can see the cash flow. You can see when you're broke and you're out of money. Set up your life like a business. But interview your parents. If you have parents alive, interview them. Find out their struggles. Find out their train of thought. Understand why they made certain choices without guilt or blame. Because if you don't, you'll do the same thing differently. You'll think it's different, but you'll follow the pattern. Unconsciously, you'll do a lot of things that they do, even if you're making money. You'll find yourself starting to. It's just like we say certain words like our parents or comment or behavior. So you understand it. So you're aware of it, because if it's taking you down a different road, you can pull yourself back. You say, that was the thing that made mom do X, Y, and Z. And it didn't pan out well. Not a blame or anything. It's just, I don't want to do it. I want to change. I want to fix this for my kids and my grandkids. So how do I change that narrative? And then people write it down. Don't just keep it in your brain, because we can't contain everything. Write it down. Jim Rohn used to say something. The best thing I'm going to leave my family when I die is all my journals, all the things that they're going to learn about me and from me. You know, like I saw this strange flower when I was visiting some part of the Caribbean, and I talked to this guy who was able to explain it to me and why. And it's a simple thing like that. And it brought me so much joy. And then this bad thing that happened that he also will talk about. So they understand his train of thought and how he thinks, and see the similarity in themselves, and understand whether good or bad, how this works for them. These are important things. That's why you write it down. But it might seem strange, like, this has nothing to do with business, but it does. Because your business is an extension of you. So you need to learn about you. And your parents, I don't care what they're doing and how they are. Those people are your first people to learn from. Not the outside people. Those people. I had a friend that had 3 or 4 brothers, and she was the only girl. And her mom, I don't know what was wrong with her. Something was wrong with her. Medically, I couldn't tell you what it was. But she still worked. But all the brothers came out with whatever defect the mother had in a double whammy way. So they couldn't work. They were considered, not handicapped, but
disability,
mentally retarded kind of thing. They were classified.
Okay.
But that woman still went to work, and she did her work. And in a sense, it used to make my friend, who came out like perfect, if you will, like a regular person, couldn't understand how she was like this, but everybody else came out like that. The siblings. And I see how she was with her mom, because a sister of the mom did take her and raise her, because she came out perfect and the boys didn't. One of the things I would say I love about my friend is that when she got old enough, she came back to her mom, and she was helping the mom and stuff. And she said, I feel guilty. Part of me feel guilty, but part of me is quite annoyed because I got to do this and that. And I'm like, you probably should ask your mom some questions instead of assuming things. You should find out what happened to her. You should really talk with her, because when you do, you're going to learn some things about this woman that is very important for your life. And we were about 15 or 16 at the time, but I don't have a business running. So for me, I'm a talker. So I've asked my mom and my grandmother and everybody all kinds of questions. I'm an investigator.
I want to tell you about a couple of young men I met, and we only have a couple minutes left. But let me tell you this quick story. There are these young men. They were both they both graduated from college, engineering degrees, successful, but they got into that groove of striving for better things from their parents. Now, they were both living in low-income housing. They had a mom and a dad. The mom and the dad were both working fast food. So you can imagine they weren't making much money at all. The mom eventually started going to community college, started her own business, started small, got better and better. Then the dad quit his job, went to school. I don't think he quit it. I don't think they quit their job. I think they went to school while working. Of course, they still have to pay the rent. Went to school, started his own business. Both parents became successful, and the young men told me that they could see their lives getting better, bit by bit, as they moved up the ladder, as the parents made progress. And they both went on to college and got engineering degrees, and the rest is history. Yeah. But a lot of people, when they look at low-income people or people from the so-called projects, and they just assume that they're a certain kind of person, not realizing that it takes a lot of guts and a lot of drive. Yep. Because you were saying about being comfortable, right? When you know you have money coming in, whether it's earned or not, that's your money.
Yep.
And if you're comfortable with it, you will settle for it. But they wanted more.
Yes. Yes.
And so they were very uncomfortable for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And it really paid off.
Really paid off. So, when I hear stories like that, I'm so happy when I hear stories like that. I'm always so really happy and intrigued. I came from poorness. It's no money. Like, my dad was rich, but my mom wasn't. So I came from poorness. Like, really just getting by. Just getting by. I know what it feels like to not sure what you're going to eat tonight.
Yeah. And about knowing yourself, you really have to think deeply about yourself. For example, some people, and I totally understand why people want to have a Mercedes, because maybe they were made fun of, and it's like, I'll show them, when I drive up in my Benz, they're going to respect me. I understand that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I totally understand it.
Each its own, right?
But when you're struggling and you want that Benz and you realize to yourself, I could show everybody by getting a Benz, but do I really care about their opinions? You might think about it and say, you know what, their opinions don't even matter to me anymore.
Right.
So get a Honda.
I don't really care what people think about me.
Yeah, I mean, that's really
high school. Like, I do not care. You do not know my struggles. I live them. I live through them. I live past them. They revisit me ever so often. I have to deal with them because it goes nowhere. It is part of your life until you die.
So deal with them the best way you can.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of finding out what motivates you, because again, if you realize that you don't really need that Benz, nobody needs a Benz. You don't need one. But I understand the desire.
Yes.
But when you think about it, when you realize it doesn't really matter.
But if you want it for you, you should have it.
There's nothing wrong with having one.
Yeah, if you want it for you, you should have it, because I don't want people to feel that. I love thinking about abundance and living in it. So if you want it for you, you should have it. It's like me.
If you can really afford it, though.
Yeah, if you could afford it. Like, I don't really care about designer clothes, so that is not my jam. I'm a designer myself by trade, certification, diploma, and all the other things. So I can design. And I love doing that. So for me, it's not a big deal. But for some people, it is. And it doesn't bother me. I make my own clothes because I want it to fit my body a certain way. I honestly, your opinion means nothing to me.
When I was a little kid, I was a funny looking little kid. I got teased a lot. And my comeback line was, "You're not paying my rent." In other words, fair enough.
Yeah. I'm going to wear what I like, do what I like. And this is my life, so I'm going to live it. So
exactly.
Forget it. But if you, by all means, if you could, you can get your Mercedes. Just know you need to have anyway from 25%. I'm not going to say that 5 and 10% nonsense, so that you can maintain it. That's the wash, the oil change, the this, that, the gas, anything that's needed for it. If you can do that, then have your Mercedes. If you can,
and knowing that repairs,
you can do it.
just remember, repairs are very costly. So
see, that's why I said that number. That's why I said that number. If your investment will allow you to buy it, that's when you buy it. Not your savings, your investment that will allow you to buy it. Your asset is buying it, not your liabilities. Your liabilities is good, bro.
I got you. Thank you so much, Coach Karen. You always give us so much wisdom. I love you sharing your ideas. And I do hope that people follow you, Coach Karen.
Thank you.
And also follow Biz Chicks. Every day they have a different topic.
Coffee talk. Tuesday is Terry with social media. Wednesday I talk about money and mindset. Thursday is healthy habits. And Friday is tech. They talk every new tech that's coming out, been around, the upgrade, and anything else that's going on in the news that reflects back to tech. So you got a full chunk, and they got like starter business programs and memberships and all that wonderful things. And those ladies been at it a long time, and they've been doing a good job. So you want to check them out. So right there, Pat, you really got to think about how you're going to get your advertising to come online, and go and work on a setup of how you're going to make that happen, and find people to support that ad, and then you go to work doing the job for them, so making sure they shine and people see them. Part of it is what you're doing here. Other parts is what you're going to do that they don't see, but you know this stuff.
I do actually, but yeah, for the online thing, I will jump on that.
Yeah, I will jump on that. Let me know how it's going to,
Okay, Coach. Thank you so much, Coach Karen. You take care.
Here, bye-bye. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. You too. All righty, that was fun. So I hope you enjoyed this show, Bull City Hangout 610. I do hope that you read the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham, North Carolina's online community paper. And if you have information for me, I can't possibly know it all. Just contact me on Facebook, Messenger, whatever, Durham Skywriter. Follow the Durham Skywriter page, and also share this out so that more people can find out what's happening today and tomorrow morning in Durham, North Carolina. We have a beautiful day, beautiful evening. I don't know if it's going to storm tonight. If it does, stay safe. And I will see you tomorrow at noon. Ciao for now.